Springtime weather has returned to north central Texas, and that could mean severe weather, so let's get right into it. Fortunately, this morning, no storms to talk about. We do have a few light showers making their way across north central Texas. I will tell you, with the humidity that we have right now, it's going to be hard not to have at least a few of those showers out and about. Temperatures today will be spring-like, 83, 84 degrees, and overnight tonight, 70, 71. That could be on the low end. We're going to be very humid, very muggy, so that's going to maintain some of that daytime heating, so we won't cool down near as much as we otherwise could if we had drier air in place. Low allergens today, that's the plus, that's the silver lining here. We do have spring weather, but not spring allergens at least, so we will hang on to the low end on the allergies as long as we can keep the active weather going, so at least enjoy that for the rest of the day. I want to show you the regional radar here. There's a couple of things going on. First, we have all this activity north of us, north and west. That's where we're expecting most of the activity today. What I'm watching is this complex down to our southwest here, from Brady down towards almost to Kerrville, making its way northeast. This will be moving our direction later today, and if we look at what the models are estimating for this, by 11 o'clock, let me remind you here, this is a model, this is an estimation, this is not saying it's going to be exactly this big, exactly that intense, at exactly that location, at exactly that time. This is an estimation from the model here. So this is showing, though, a pretty decent complex of storms making its way northeastward towards our area. So by 1 o'clock, could be knocking on our western door here, and this will be about the time I'm making it back to the studio. So I will be watching this throughout the morning here, and then about 12:30, 1 o'clock is when I'll be back in the studio, probably jumping right on air if it does look like this. By 3 o'clock, looks like that complex mostly moves to our north, but we will expect to see more activity west of us. I think the majority of this today is west of I-35W here. So we will see just kind of periods of storms here. By the time we get to 5 o'clock, could have some more storms in our area. By 7 o'clock, a few more going on. Again, most of that is north of us. And then by 9 o'clock, I think most of this is falling apart. Now, this disturbance that we're dealing with today, there is a parent storm to that, and that will make its way towards us tomorrow. So let's jump ahead in the models. This is noon tomorrow. I want to bring your attention to a couple of things. First, there's really two areas of storms. One is this kind of ahead of it, and I think that some of these could be strong storms. Behind it, this is the main line. This is going to be ahead of that dry line that's moving through, and as that pushes in, we could see some strong to severe storms. Now, what's interesting about this particular model, this is the high-resolution rapid refresh, so the other short-term model is the NAM, and it has a little bit of a different take, and I'll be monitoring those today to see where the trends take us. But this has a little bit more of a segmented line here, and for tomorrow, if we can break it up and not be quite as intense, that would be great. We've been watching this possibility of severe weather for tomorrow for several days now, and this is where it has it at 2 o'clock. So it doesn't look like a late night event. This is going to be kind of a middle of the day thing. By 4 o'clock, most of that is to our east, and then by 6 o'clock, really the severe weather threat has moved east of us. We may have a few showers behind the front here once the front itself actually moves through. But it does look like we could see more rain tomorrow evening, but the severe weather threat should be limited to tomorrow during the day. So today, the severe weather threat for right now is focused mostly north and west of us, as we talked about. Marginal risk in our area. So I think that the strongest storms could bring us some strong winds, small hail, those kinds of things. Really, I don't see much of a tornado threat today, but that could change for tomorrow. We are under the slight risk area for us tomorrow afternoon. Again, this is really could start as early as 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow. Really from noon to 3 o'clock, I think is going to be our primary window for these storms. That could change as we get closer, so stay tuned for more updates throughout the day. The enhanced risk is north and east of us, so it looks like that's going to be where the highest probability is for the damaging winds, the possible tornadoes, those kind of things too. But we will have to watch these storms, and we will have to watch the models over the course of the next 12 hours to see how this will unfold. So let's get into the forecast here. I've got a 50% chance of rain today. Again, most of that's going to be west of I-35W, but we could see a few stronger storms. Warm today, 83. Tomorrow, warm again, but perhaps not quite as warm. Breezy as well out of the south. Showers and thunderstorms, some could be strong to severe as they move through. Again, could be starting as early as 10, 11 o'clock. 12 to 3 o'clock looks to be the kind of the highest probability window for us. So definitely stay tuned tomorrow. Make sure you have ways to receive warnings and weather updates. Tuesday, much cooler behind that front. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, 67 degrees for your high. So much more like fall weather there. Another nice day Wednesday. Now, late Wednesday, Thursday period is when we could see our next system moving in. You notice temperatures are about 10 degrees cooler than they are today. I'm not seeing too big of a severe weather issue here. I'm going to be watching to see that if that potential for a stronger storm or two might materialize here, but it does look less likely. I have a 50% chance Thursday, 40 on Friday, and then dropping to 20 on Saturday. It is still the far end of the forecast, so we'll have to refine that timing and kind of get a better idea of what to expect day by day here. But temperatures do start dropping again. We could be back in the 60s by early next week. So fall weather is on the way if we can just get through a little taste of spring here. So spring storms, spring temperatures. Stay tuned to South Metro weather the rest of the day today and definitely tomorrow as spring storms make their way into north central Texas.